Hello everybody. So today I want to talk about calculus. The topic today is about limit. So now I want to show you how to answer. If we look on the graph, we can see that we on the left they will reach about this value in here because we have the blue dot. That means they contain the value, but on the right they go to infinity. So this one, when they go closer and closer, they go to infinity in here, but on the left they reach to this value in here, that is about negative number 1. So in this situation, on the left and on the right, we have the value at s equal to number 2. We still have the value in here. So the domain of this one, that's it for all real number in here. Question B. What set is f continuous? So in this one, we can write like this. From negative infinity to number 2. And we need to use about this one and this one from here to positive infinity, because on the right they just go to infinity. That's why they cannot closer in this one. And the next one, what set is f differentiable? So if we look carefully about this one, at this location in here and here, we can see that on the left and on the right, the slope is not the same. So that means we can write the answer like this. This one, that is about number 1. So that should be about from negative infinity to number 0, and from 0 to number 1, and from number 1 to number 2, and from number 2 to positive infinity. And this is the answer for question C. Question D. We need to find the limit at s approach to number 2. So at s approach to number 2, we can see that the limit on the left, they go to negative number 1. The limit on the right, they go to positive infinity. So this limit does not exist, because we can write like this. So that's it, the answer. Question B, we copy the answer from here. And that's it about positive infinity. Question C, we see that h approach to number 0. So this one we can use about the definition of limit. So that should be like this. So that should be like this. So that means this one equals to first derivative f of number 1 However, if we look carefully, this is on the right. On the right, that means that is this one needs to number 1 in here. So we just find the slope of f of number 1 on the right. So the slope in here we can calculate in here. So I will choose this point in here and this point in here. So that should be about y number 2 minus y number 1 over s number 2 minus s number 1. So y number 2, s number 2, that is about negative number 1. And s number 2, that is about number 2. Y number 1, that is about number 1. And s number 1, that is about number 1. So we calculate about this one, and we have negative number 2. So the answer for question C, that is about negative number 2. The next one, s goes to positive infinity of the function. So when they go to positive infinity, we can see that the curve is closer and closer about this line here. And that is about y equals to number 1. So that means this line in here, that is about asymptote of this limit. So that means the value we need to write in here, that is about number 1. The last one, s approach to number 0, f of s to the power of 4. So we can consider about the limit on the left and the limit on the right. This one fall on the left, and this one fall on the right. So on the left and on the right, they always equals to number 1. When they go closer in here, they still number 1. They form to the right, they still number 1. That means when we put number 0 going here in here, they still be about 1 to the power of 4 and 1 to the power of 4. So this one we have number 1 and number 1. So the final answer of the question, that is about number 1. This is the end. Thank you for watching.